Good evening, all. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your SPDR ETF stock market wrap-up, and this wrap-up is for the evening of Thursday, the 16th of May, 2024. Boy, time is flying. You know, we're going to be in June before you know what's going on, and then before that, we'll be back in the fall. It's crazy. I do like living with the climate change because when living in Florida, it either gets hot or very hot. You know, that's basically it. Interesting day. Amazon lost some ground today. Netflix lost a little bit of ground, even with their announcement that they're going to get some NFL games. That's a big move for them. Tesla barely held on there today. NVIDIA tried another rally and gave up some ground. But remember now, we're at the 16th. In 6 days, we're going to get NVIDIA's earnings, and what the market wants to do in front of that will be interesting. Microsoft down. You're down 84 cents in AMC. I warned you all about that, and I feel that I've done my job here as a minimum for that. And this was a very short-lived meme as they call it. And why? I don't know. But it was. We'll see if the people come back or not. But that was interesting. Meta down a little bit here. So everything was pretty much today one of these days where some profit taking may be setting in. I think that's the right thing. You can see all the indices were down as well. Now, I'm going to talk to you in a second here about a report that I did for you. It's on the website, and it's on the GLD that you might want to look at on this. Before we get too far, maybe we should take a look together at what we have tomorrow. You're going to get the Conference Board leading coincident and lagging economic indicator. You're going to have Fed Governor Waller will speak Friday at 9:15. We had 3 other Fed members today speak, and they were very much in the same pattern here. Higher for longer. Labor's still very strong. Inflation is sticky. I'm giving you the whole summation as to where they're at. Does that mean it can't break? No. Do we all know that the Fed would like to lower interest rates? Well, we keep hearing that from the Fed chair, but have we seen anything to say it should happen? I know some traders think that the CPI and PPI were saying that. I'm sorry, I'm not yet in that camp. I'm not apologizing for it yet, but because you move a tenth down, that's it? I have my doubts. Now, as we go further, now in the next month, and we look at May's data next month, that's where it gets a lot more interesting. You're finally at the point where we've wobbled. Does it turn into a gallop or just a bigger wobble? Then that's what we're going to be getting, just as the market gradually comes down for these numbers. So we'll see. MGM. The gaming. You can see you've got the higher lows, higher highs. Okay. You're over the averages, and you got up to the 200-day. How often do you hear me say that once you hit a major moving average, it often can be a spot where the markets like to stop, whether it's falling to it or rallying to it. And when I looked at that, I had told you that this week, I said I was looking for that to be the number. If it wanted to extend, it could go there, but I had my doubts if it was going to be able to run very far, and that's proven to be pretty much the case so far. You've spent 2 days going up to that resistance, and the market still has momentum to the upside. So I do think the pros took some money off here. They'll look at the rest there, and I think they'll come out of this trade if you get underneath that break low that we were talking about yesterday in this 47 area. In eBay, I would love for it to finish off by hitting the upper band. I'm questioning if it will. It keeps missing it. It has a hard time exactly getting to it. And when it does, it seems to run out of air each time. So, do I think that there's more to it? A little, not an awful lot. We'll see if I'm right or wrong on it. I'm certainly not bearish, but you're overbought. You're in the zone where I think the pros are going to take money off the table. Be careful of Tesla. You're void of a trend. You have a lower low, a higher high. I don't see anything that's of interest there. In FCX, Freeport. Okay, you keep hitting the upper band, and each time we've done it here, we stop. Pay attention to that. Yes, I like it a lot down the road here. Yes, I'd like to see it at 50.77, not in an overbought territory to consider purchasing it, but not here. Can I be any clearer on it? I don't think so. In UGA, we had the gasoline fund come down. We had an outside day up yesterday. What were my comments to you? That could be a signal that, number one, when you have an outside day up and a downtrend, it's certainly not a continuation pattern. Number two, now the market's fighting its battle at the 200, the 100-day average of closes. If it can clear 67.93, you open the door up for the 18-day average. And will we get that rally right in front of Memorial Day and then for the summer driving? It could happen. You know, Memorial Day doesn't end the demand. It's the pickup of demand in it. So keep that in the back of your mind as well. In XLF, you have an embedded reading. So until this is over, the financials look good. I was looking today at CNBC and Rick Reeder, who I really, this is one of my favorite analysts in the market. He's with BlackRock, and he happens to be one of my friends, as I understand, she's close with him. She said it's like a nephew, they're that close together, a family member. I've never met him. But in looking at this, he was talking about these, and yeah, he likes these all. In fact, he likes the stock market. I was hearing him say today, he can see another 10, 15% up from here. We're hearing people say it's too rich, and here's one of the top analysts in the country making that statement. So I pay attention. Doesn't mean it sways my thinking, but I know the analyst that I like, and he's certainly in the top 5. XLI. Embedded readings right through here, higher lows, higher highs, still looking good. RSPD, same thing, higher highs, higher lows, overbought. You're so close to that band, I'd be a little careful here. We saw the consumer is buying. Did you see Walmart? It was up today, 5% or something. But what are they buying? They're buying staples. They're not running out and they're not buying at the big retail item other than that client is buying there. The other client, the more well-heeled, is certainly doing his share of retail or her share of retail spending. And that is going on at the other end, but not as big as you think. I know my wife's with Tiffany, and I can see what's going on through there. In XHB, higher lows, higher highs, and you can see how the market is slipping back a little bit here. In XLE, higher high, lower low, watching what the market's doing. I don't see anything. And then in the gold market, this is the appropriate time, I looked at this, to do the gold report. So I did a report today that covers price counts on the futures markets, number one. Number two, seasonal studies on the futures. Why the futures first? And I did GLD, because this is based on the futures. I could have easily done it all based on that. But then when I look at the seasonals, GLD doesn't have the seasonals, the futures do. So I did those two. Then I did the weekly charts on futures, the daily, and then I go to GLD. And I did the weekly and the daily to give you a whole report. I'll show you how to look at it in just a minute here. Silver market, you're up at resistance. So gold, silver, you're into resistance points. Copper too, love to see pullbacks. Now, if copper loses the embedded reading here, if the red line closes tomorrow under 79, it's at 83, but if it would, then we have a much more interesting area to talk about, maybe in that 47 zone. Bonds and notes, you know what I'm going to say. If you're regular with me, you get up to a Bollinger Band and the first major test of a moving average of 200. I think money's coming off the table up here. Take a look at your BND too. And you hit yesterday the lower Bollinger Band. You're having a bounce from there. You hit yesterday the upper in the FXE. You're probably ready to pull back a little bit here if I'm correct. So we'll see if that all happens. Now, as I said, I spent the afternoon doing what I thought was going to be a neat report for you, and it's right here. You go to our website at iraepstein.com. And when you go there, the word research, give it a click and you will see the report here. Click on it and enjoy it. It's about 14 minutes long, covers a lot of data, gives you some ideas to what's going on. And I am looking now, write me, what would you like me to do for the weekly charts tomorrow? We're going to get rid of MGM. I cannot do yet any of the cryptos. I've got them on my list. I need more weeks to happen. They're brand new, as you know, so maybe late summer we can do those. So exclusive of the cryptos, give me something you want me to do and I'll be happy to do it. And if you want a special report done, because I'm looking to do one on the Spiders, ETFs, and stocks, write me on that one, because I'm looking to knock one off maybe as early as this weekend. I'm Ira. You have yourself a great evening. I'll catch up with everybody in the morning. Thanks for watching.